Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's March 1st, 2022, and today what I thought I'd do is respond to one of the questions from Wayne Derby regarding the type of Wolfe Ridge log splitter that I mentioned in a video, one of the videos featuring the Grand L6060, aka Optimus Maximus. And the video that he left this comment on is new heavy equipment. So I was walking around, I believe, in the shop after I got the equipment inside the shop and talking about each piece of equipment. And I think I mentioned in that one, in that video, that I was getting a new log splitter. And most recently in the one where I was doing some snow blowing, just this last week, I posted a video talking about I had taken delivery on it. I haven't unpacked it yet. I'm waiting for some improved weather and all. But Wayne's comment and question is it a PTO-driven log splitter or an independent unit? Independent units are usually much quicker than PTO-driven units, but not so easy to get to different locations on your property if you want to use it in different areas. Personal experience, I'll send some photos of my LED light bars and front and rear on my L6060 when I get that completed. I'm also adding some lights aimed out to the sides as well. Yes, definitely, Wayne. I'd really love, it'd be awesome if you could shoot some video, even if you've just got a smartphone, and most of them have really good cameras on them now, documenting the process and all, and posting on a YouTube as a YouTube video. I'm really interested in seeing how people are modifying their equipment and also getting honest reviews of the equipment that they have as well. So I think that would be awesome. So without any further ado, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to the Wolfe Ridge website. And so under their products category, so it is Wolfe Ridge, WOLFE, Ridge, RIDGE, manufacturing.com. And so they're professional grade log splitters. You can see the ones they've got right here. I ended up ordering the compact commercial log splitter. I'll go through that in just a moment. But questions about, geez, what other stuff? Well, they have some a skid steer mounted, I'm going to call it log chunker. This is for those really big rounds that you don't want to be lifting up onto a log splitter and dealing with the pieces as they're split and you got big chunks rolling over on you and all. They make these for the front of for excavators and for skid steers. I haven't seen them on any other pieces of equipment. Another thing, they have a really nice firewood bucket here, and they have a nice skid steer. I'm going to call it rock and brush grapple. They're using it, of course, for their firewood as well. And my rock and brush grapple has worked out fantastic, and I'll probably be making more videos as I get more time using each piece of equipment, talking about where I think the shortcomings are and what I think the stellar features are. And I'm going to actually cover a little bit of that, even though I haven't unboxed the Wolfe Ridge log splitter yet. So other products that they do have, they do make a firewood conveyor. There's a guy outdoor with the Morgans. He's got a Wolfe Ridge wood splitter, and he's got the conveyor as well. And for a significant operation, that would be fantastic. I'd love to have one too, but I don't want to have too much equipment where I can't find places for storing equipment, and I don't know that how long I'd be using it. We have a lot of work to do in the forest, lots and lots of dead trees. I'll be doing more hugelkultur with all the small stuff. I'll be chipping a lot of wood, and that is a PTO driven wood chipper that we've got that's going to go on the back of the L6060. And so all of those things, I'll be making videos about those things as time goes on as well. They also have replacement parts for all of their wood splitters and equipment and all. So that's pretty cool. But again, the one that you'll be seeing that I'm going to be focusing on is this compact commercial log splitter here. So if you click on that page, then it brings you to here. Compact commercial log splitter, full commercial grade, new compact design, perfect for small woodlots, towable from either end, 45-mile-an-hour maximum miles per hour. And the reason for that is because it doesn't have a nice suspension system. It's a rigid suspension system. They're saying it'll handle up to 300 full cord a year. That's a lot of wood. 8-inch heavy-duty reinforced beam, 12-inch abrasive resistant 400 wedge, hydraulic log lift, has a lift capacity of 450 pounds. The one that you're going to see in the video here is going to show you the old style of expanded metal for the log lift. They've changed that design a bit. This one has a 13 horsepower GX 390 engine. I did get the electric start with it. 22 gallon per minute cast iron pump, 25 gallon steel hydraulic tank that is powder coated. So it's really important to have the powder coating on pieces of equipment that are going to be out there in the weather, because I'm not going to haul it back and forth all season long into a building to store it. Hydraulic 4-way wedge is included with it. I also bought the 6-way wedge, and you'll see in this the wedge has a hydraulic lift to it, so you can change the height of the wedge itself on the rigid central part as we go through the process. What else? Blasted and powder coated in your choice of 4 colors. Ours is an orange color. 4.8 inch by 12 inch rims, 21 inch radial tires, Dexter hubs and spindles. Fits into a back of a pickup truck or a small trailer, and it weighs 1,400 pounds. So I did get the 6-way wedge. I did not get the 12-way wedge. I got the electric starter on it. Ours is orange, and I think that's, and I did get the Galtech auto cycle that with the detent for fast moving, going back and forth, and there will be a second video going over that because there's some issues with that one as well. So let me go ahead. Oh, dang it. How can I do this? Well, I guess we're going to have it just like this size here. Can this do it? That's closer. That's closer to the real size. I apologize for that. So we're starting off here in the video. This is Chris Wolfe discussing the differences between the 4 different styles that he has available.
Steel, and got our machines that are getting picked up here, or you know, the ones that are going to be loaded up on a semi going out to a dealer. But I did have basically one of each model sitting here, so I can kind of go over the differences between them. So right here, this first one, this is our smallest machine. Okay, everything we make has a log lift on it. It comes with a 4-way wedge, hydraulic up and down on that wedge, you know, the removable tongue, good heavy-duty 8-inch I-beam. That main wedge is about 13 inches tall. You know, we've got Honda engines on everything. And then basically you see this machine is towable from either end. Okay, and this one has a 9 horsepower Honda. This is our 28 Pro model. Okay, this is what we build for guys that are doing 10, 20 cord a year. We do have some tree service companies and some bigger producers using a machine like this. You know, the only downfall is the speed of it. This one has a 10.5 second cycle time. Then we step up to the next machine, and you can see this main frame here has a solid axle. Okay, so that's why we kind of limit the speed on them. If this machine had suspension, you'd be good to go, you know, down the freeway or whatever. Just due to that solid axle, I don't really want the machines to be, you know, bouncing down the road, getting hauled all over the place like that. You know, 10 miles up the county road or state highway to your cabin or to your buddy's house, not a big deal. Otherwise, you know, we do suggest putting them in a trailer. So here's our next machine. You can see this is our compact commercial machine. It has the same
This
cab.
is the one.
Okay, it has the same beam, the same wedges, the same log lift, all that stuff. This one has a bigger push block for the Magnum package. It has the electric start. It has the 13 horsepower Honda instead of the 9 horsepower Honda. And this one is a 35 ton with an auto cycle valve. That Magnum package, you know, it's still a 8-second cycle time. You just got a bigger cylinder, bigger bore, more power. And then the push block is bigger on the Magnum package. Otherwise, it's still, you know, basically the same machine. The Magnum package also adds the little bigger sorting table. You can see the differences there. If you look at that compared to this, you can see the wings on the sorting table are a little bigger, and the push block is a little bigger, you know, along with the engine and the oil tank. Of course, that has a bigger hydraulic filter as well, and that's for the, you know, the larger flow rates of that machine. Okay, and then so this machine here, the 35C, Pro 35C, with the Magnum package, actually has the same hydraulic system as our high output model. Okay, it's just in that.
So I thought I'd stop the video right here. You got to see the machine that I'm actually getting, which is the orange one right here. So this is a machine that I've got, the 35C. And the only difference is that it's going to have 2 more hydraulic valves, which we'll go to in just a moment, another video. I will leave a link to these videos so that if you want to see the rest of his log splitters and all, absolutely fine. Also, right up on here, these are the, I'm going to call them friction resistance pads, which go on the block that's going to slide back and forth on the top of this I-beam. So he sends you an extra set of these, I'm going to call them friction reduction pads. And he does have some good videos on maintenance of his equipment as well. You know, I'll go through what I think of the build quality and all, and I'll also go through what we're going to cover in this next video. Okay, so this is another video that Chris posted on February 1st, 2022, so just a short time ago. And in it, he's disclosing that he's not happy with the Galtech flow control valves, the ones that I was so excited about, that in other videos and other people have talked about these valves. This is one of the main reasons. So what these valves allow us to do are to not have to stand and babysit every time that the hydraulic ram is pushing forward and then going backwards. With my 37-ton, I had to hold my my hand on the hydraulic valve all the way forward. There was no detent position for it, meaning it wasn't going to keep going until it finished the cycle. It would get all the way through to split. Then I could click it back, and it would go ahead and withdraw the ram back into the cylinder automatically. But that meant that I was babysitting the log splitter continuously instead of being able to grab the next log or load, get things moving, basically. With this design, this valve was so important to me. So let's take a look at some of the issues that Chris has discovered and he's sharing with us, and let's just see.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris at Wolfe Ridge Manufacturing. Today is Sunday, February 19th, and it is a beautiful day outside. Unfortunately, I've got something I've got to do a little video on here, and getting some stuff loaded up outside, doing some QC work, and checking everything over. We got a big load going out to Hartville Hardware, leaving here on Monday, and then we got another load of machines going to Widman's down in St. Louis, Missouri. Those are leaving here on Wednesday. So just kind of getting ahead and checking everything out, making sure, you know, there's no leaks on the machines, everything's working properly. And I found one that isn't working quite right, and we'll go over how to fix that right here. So what we got here is a 35C, and this one has the Galtech auto cycle valve. These Galtech auto cycle valves, I don't know if I drank some Kool-Aid before ordering these things or what, but I've really not been happy with them. And unfortunately, we don't have an alternative to use because of the long lead times getting parts. So we are dealing with these auto cycle valves the best we can, and until we get enough valves in here for prints where we can start changing over. So anyhow, these valves really, you know, had a good name going for them, and the first couple of orders that we had come in, they really worked really well. But these were supposed to be assembled in Minnesota, only about 90 minutes away from here. So I thought, okay, great, you know, it's closer, you know, good quality of a valve. When I found out that they are outsourcing them to India, it really, really pissed me off, to be frank. And you know, then of course we started seeing problems with detents not working. So on this machine in particular, when you go hit these two handles, the idea is it's going to go out, it's going to split, and then this handle is going to kick out, and it's going to go back, and then this handle will kick out. So then you load your next log in, or you flip your big piece over to resplit, hit these handles, walk away, grab another log while it's splitting, right? Well, this handle here is not kicking out like it's supposed to. And, you know, we had already set this valve. We always set them before, you know, before they leave here, and before they go anywhere, you know, they're double checked again. And this one just happens to be acting up. So normally when the valves are cold, you can expect them to stick a little bit more, you know, until the machine's warmed up. And you can move them back and forth, get them to loosen up some. If they are sticking a little bit, you can you know, move them back and forth here, and that'll usually solve the problem. But this one's not doing it, so we're going to adjust this again. And all we have to do here is take these big caps off the back of the valve here, and there's adjustment screws inside. I loosen this cap up. This will normally be
I thought I'd stop the video right here for a second. One of the things I really like about you know, individuals who are selling, either doing the manufacturing or the salespeople that are working to provide you with the product, is I really appreciate it when they're giving you all the information. You know, certainly Chris discovered this issue at some point in time, and then found out that they were outsourced to India, and it really ticked him off. But what he's doing is he's going over, you know, disclosing, you know, full disclosure, we're having issues here, and now he's showing the way to deal with it as well. And if these systems that he recommends don't really fix the problem, then maybe we can get the valves replaced. And of course, I'm speaking out of term. I haven't even unpackaged ours yet, But I do appreciate when someone who's a manufacturer, that they're also the marketing person and all, they're disclosing this information as soon as they can. This helps to prevent them from getting overwhelmed with questions. Hey, what the heck's going on with this $11,000 piece of equipment? How am I, I'm not happy. And no one in the manufacturing and marketing process wants to be dealing with people who aren't happy. So this is the way to go about it, producing a video showing where the shortcomings are and what the remedies are as well. So I really do appreciate this. I'll be sharing issues that I've had with other pieces of equipment in videos coming up as well.
Tight on there, use a crescent wrench there. And then what you'll need is a 3mm Allen wrench and a 10mm combination wrench for the lock nut. So we'll take these two caps off the back. And these are basically just to keep them out of the elements, keep any moisture out, dirt out of the inside of that spool. And then these adjustment screws right here are what you'd adjust to adjust those detents. Okay, so this little screw puts tension on a spring. The spring puts tension on ball bearings inside. And right now there's just too much tension on those ball bearings, so it's not releasing on its own. So we're just going to take this jam nut, 10mm jam nut here, loosen that up, and then we're going to turn this screw counterclockwise to take pressure off of those detent springs and valve bearings. So I think we just turn that one out a little ways and we'll run it and see how she does. All right, so again, we just loosen this jam nut right here. Now this is the forward motion and this is the retract motion. So we're just going to back this screw off. The retract was working fine, it was kicking out just fine. So we're just going to loosen this up here, take our Allen wrench, and we're going to turn this counterclockwise. And we'll try it about a half a turn here. And then always remember to tighten this jam nut. You don't want that loosening up on you, so make sure that's tight. And then we'll we'll try running it here and see how she does. All right, we still had problems with this handle not kicking out. So we're just gonna do the same thing again, back that detent adjustment off again a little more, and then see how she does the next time around. All right, adjusted it again here. I took another half turn out, and then we'll see how she does here.
So I thought I'd just stop the video here for a second. He's going to go through another adjustment and all. But it just, I'm planning on making another video in the near future talking about the revolutions per minute, the rate at which he's running the motor. It's important to understand how important the torque and horsepower are, and what they actually mean with the revolutions per with the rate at which you're running the motor, the revolutions per minute, when you're operating hydraulically driven attachments, or in this case the ram on a wood splitter. And that's a little bit different when we're talking about speed of a piece of equipment, the tractor running it as well. So that's a video that I've thought about talking about. And the economy, how efficient is it? How much fuel are you burning at different RPMs with the equipment that you're running? I just thought I'd throw that in there. I'm planning on making a video about that pretty soon.
Now she's working right. All right, so we got it working right. It's loosened up, but the detent is not set to the right pressure now. So I'm just gonna loosen this back up and turn it back in here about a half a turn or so. And we're gonna reset the detent to about 1,000 PSI. That way you're splitting most of your pieces with auto cycle and only having to hold the handle if you get into a real gnarly chunk. All right, sometimes it works best to have that engine running at a lower RPM so you can see exactly where it's kicking out. We got the ram going out right now. You can see it's just over, about 1,300 PSI there. All right, we got her all set. Same, when you go to Prince valve, it's about the same detent type of thing. It's a jam nut and an adjustment screw. On the Galtex, it's on the back of the valve here, straight out the back of the spool. And on the Prince valves, it's actually a screw that sticks up out of the back of the valve. And just different size wrenches, but it's basically the same thing. To add pressure, you'd want to turn the adjustment screw clockwise to add pressure on the spring and the ball bearing. To back off, have it less pressure for that to kick out. You want to just go counterclockwise on the adjustment screw, and then make sure you tighten your jam nuts when you're done so it doesn't loosen up on you. Other than that, these were a really heavy duty valve, and I like the different handle options and stuff like that. But really it's not working out. They seem to have about 1 in every 5 seems to have problems with that detent not staying adjusted the way it should. And unfortunately, I probably got 40 more of these valves that I've just decided I'm not going to send out. And we're going to switch back over to Prince. And, we thought this was going to be a great valve. Unfortunately, not so much. So anyways, guys, that's our video for today. I'm really not happy with having things like this happen. Of course, welcome to 2022. Crap happens, of course. You can't get things, you can't get parts, you can't, got to deal with what you got, unfortunately. And, right now, we're sending out the last few machines with this valve on it. And we've got valves coming in from Prince. Definitely don't have enough to keep going, 100% capacity, but we're going to deal with what we got and keep rolling here. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. A little disappointed.
So, so I thought, I'm not sure who's going to actually appreciate a video like this. However, these are the sorts of videos that I like. One where they're showing the difference in the first video, showing the difference in the different machines. And I cut that video short. I'll put a link to that video in the description, and a link to this video in the description down below as well. So one, comparing and contrasting the features and all, and also disclosing when there's challenges with the equipment that they're getting. The manufacturers are always under some pressure to make sure that they're getting the parts and procedures are correct, and they're producing at least satisfactory products and shipping those. I got to say, I'm super impressed with the packaging of this wood splitter, a log splitter. I'm really impressed with it so far. I haven't unwrapped it yet. I'll be making videos about as I'm using it in different locations on the property. And I'll be making videos about the rest of the equipment that we have, and I'll certainly, anytime I make a mistake and screw things up, I'll share those experiences. Hopefully I'll capture that on video as well. I don't always capture them on video, but I'll also do honest reviews showing you the equipment, where I think the equipment is outstanding and where I think there's room for improvement as well. So that about does it for this video today. I really do appreciate the comments and questions. It gives me ideas about things that I want to share. And I know a lot of people probably already know this stuff, but I thought I'd share this. And there certainly are other fantastic wood splitter and wood processing units out there. Really extraordinary stuff. But this is the one I elected to go with, and so I'm going to give you as much information about it as I can as time goes on. So I appreciate your comments and questions. I appreciate you sticking to the end of the video as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, please give us the thumbs up, and feel free to leave comments. I'd really like to hear what your experiences are as well. And I'd like to see photos and videos from things that you're doing as well. I think of this as being a community more than my channel or Thea and our channel. I think of this as being a community where we can learn from each other and share our experiences, both positive and negative, as time goes on. So again, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.